There are several types of hearings with the youth court. The shelter hearing has been covered in a previous video. The adjudication hearing is where the judge will decide if your children were abused or neglected. Under Mississippi law, the question isn't whether you abused or neglected the children, but if the children were abused or neglected. At the beginning of every adjudicatory hearing, the judge is going to confirm the name, age, and residence of each child. The judge will find out who the necessary parties are, and if they are in court, and identify everyone in the courtroom. The judge will make sure that you were given correct notice of the hearing. The judge will also explain your right to counsel, your right to remain silent, your right to subpoena witnesses to testify on your behalf, your right to cross-examine witnesses testifying against you, and your right to appeal the judge's final decision at the hearing. If you want to subpoena witnesses or documents, please see other videos linked below.
The judge will ask you if you want to admit, deny, or remain silent regarding the allegations in the petition. If you disagree with the allegations, then the judge will get the prosecutor to start presenting their case. The prosecutor has to show by preponderance of the evidence that the children were abused or neglected. While the prosecutor and guardian ad litem are asking questions of the witnesses, you will need to stay silent. You will have opportunity to ask questions of the witnesses later. You will also have the chance to call your own witnesses, present evidence, and testify on your own behalf. You will need to bring documentation to show anything that you wish to prove. Make sure you don't interrupt when someone else is talking or talk out of turn, as the court reporter must record everything that is said. You will get an opportunity to speak. The disposition hearing is usually held directly after the adjudication hearing, but no later than 14 days after the adjudication hearing. This is where the judge decides what the plan for the children shall be. The options are reunification, which means your child comes home to you, placement with a relative, continued custody with CPS, whether placed with a family member or in foster care, or termination of parental rights. Normally, termination of parental rights is only set as the plan in the most extreme of circumstances, so don't panic when someone mentions it. The court is required to at least tell you of all the options that they have. The judge will go over what services are needed to make sure that CPS knows what they need to help you with. And finally, if your case goes on for 6 to 12 months, the youth court will hold a review hearing. These hearings are essentially the same type of hearing. They are hearings to see how the children are doing, if CPS is doing what they are supposed to do, and what progress you are making on your service plan. The judge will make the decision whether it's time for the children to be returned to you or if more work on the plan is needed. Again, make sure to bring all your documents to show that you are working your plan. These can include documents showing that you are attending therapy appointments, AA, NA, CR meetings, attending visitation, housing lease, and pay stubs. If your child has been in CPS custody for 12 months, the court may place the child with a relative or other person on a long-term basis. This is called durable legal custody, and this does not terminate your parental rights. The other option is the court may recommend that your parental rights be terminated so that the child can be adopted by others. This is why it is important for you to work your family service plan and correct all the problems that CPS has identified as quickly as you can. During this time, you'll also have foster care review hearings. These meetings are conducted by auditors working for CPS to make sure that CPS is following its own policies and doing what they are supposed to do. This hearing may be at court, at the CPS office, by phone, or by video conference. The auditor will submit a report to the court so that if you're having issues with CPS or need additional help, speak up during foster care review.
Once your children are returned to your home, the final step involves a 90-day trial home placement. This is where your children are still in CPS custody, but placed in your home with CPS monitoring. It is important for you to maintain contact with CPS and finish out anything else that is needed on your service plan. Once you successfully complete the 90-day trial home placement, CPS in the youth court will close your case.